Hello, it's Glamstract here. Another video, another foundation review. And today's foundation is by Bobbi Brown. It's Intensive Skin Serum Foundation with SPF 40. As you can see over here, I still own the old bottle, but they have now repackaged this foundation and they have like a normal pump. I still have this sort of lab squeezy thing, but the foundation is exactly the same. The shade that I have in this foundation is 2.5 Warm Sand. Now, I am usually a beige when it comes to Bobbi Brown foundations, but I only have Warm Sand in the Intensive Skin Serum, so today I'll be using this because I am more of a neutral undertones and I could benefit a bit of both. I feel like this is still going to work just fine on my skin. I don't know if you've been able to notice, but I already have corrected and concealed my under eye area with the Bobbi Brown corrector and the Bobbi Brown Instant Full Coverage Concealer and the Serum Concealer as well. I used both concealer because I want to benefit from more formula, so I want the Serum Concealer to give me that hydration under the eyes, and I want the Instant Full Coverage Concealer to give me that nice full coverage effect. And I do have a dedicated video, which I'll put the link on top here, dedicated to how to correct and conceal your under eye. I will be using a bunch of Bobbi Brown products today as well, and let's just skip right through makeup application. I've already moisturized my skin with the Origins Mega Mushroom line and also prepped and primed my skin with the Vitamin Rich Face Base by Bobbi Brown. This is how the foundation comes out. I'm just gonna start with this amount of product and I'm gonna use my finger to apply this foundation to give myself a natural look. If you see me looking down here as usual, it's because I have a mirror. And let's go. This foundation has a light to medium. You could build it up to a solid medium coverage. The nice thing about this foundation is that it's super duper hydrating. So pleasant on the skin, so lightweight, so thin in texture. It's a serum. And look at the coverage, how pleasant. It does have a very light lavender scent, but very light. It's also sort of advertised as a anti-aging foundation because of its, you know, hydrating qualities. And that's a plus, of course. And of course the SPF 40, which is great protection. I feel like is a very full circle sort of foundation. Like you get the protection, you get a nice coverage, you get a nice hydration, lightweight. This is one of my favorite Bobbi Brown foundation. One of my favorite because my actual favorite foundation for Bobbi Brown is the Fluid to Powder foundation. It's one of their newest, I believe, foundation that launched last year, just before the first lockdown. Natural. It's almost smoothing. When I look at myself in the camera, I can see my skin perfected. Yes, you can still pick through some blemishes, but I'm honestly super okay with that because I love a super natural effect. But as I said, you can build up the coverage with this foundation to a solid medium. I feel like also this foundation is really good for who doesn't really have a long-winded skincare routine, because in here you get the serum for your hydration and you get also the SPF for sun protection. So if you're a little bit lazy about skincare, maybe go for something like this and you get nice product. Of course, it's not going to be enough, but at least you have some. For my forehead, I'm gonna go and use my Dior number 12 foundation brush. I think I prefer using a foundation brush for the forehead because my forehead is huge. Sometimes I get tired with my finger. I do also want to mention that this foundation does wear pretty well throughout the day. I would go for a beige, to be honest, because this Warm Sand, it is giving me a little bit of too much of a yellow undertone, but that's totally my fault for having the wrong shade. And look at this, I have a lot of foundation left on my hand and I only done one pump of that, well, one squeezy pump, I don't know how you call this. And look how much I've got left, and I feel sorry now that I have to get rid of this because I don't want to apply anymore. I feel I like this coverage. There we go, foundation applied. If we zoom in, I'm gonna show you how gorgeous this foundation looks. Wow, it's super. Can I say, I never had such a hydrating foundation on my skin. It's so hydrating. I can feel my skin having a good time right now because I can see the glowiness. I can see the beautiful coverage, but still looking really natural. Oh, it's great. All I need to do now is change my shade to the right one. And yeah. Just before I go with powder, I do want to use the cream blush. This is the Pot Rouge Lip and Cheeks in shade Powder Pink. And the way I like to apply this is literally swirl 2 fingers in it, because it's quite intense. I'm gonna dab it to the other fingers and then just go for it. And at first, it seems pretty intense, but this sort of blush, the more you work it with your finger, the more it becomes nice and soft. I love a very exaggerated blush. Sort of giving me that bit of 80s look. I'm all about that 80s super blushed here as well. This sort of tone is called powder pink, but I don't really see much pink. To me, it feels more like a rose gold nude with a little hint of pink rose, and is a little bit darker than I usually go for my blushes. So I'm actually liking this because today I wasn't feeling to apply any bronzer, but with this blush I feel like I've already achieved a little bit of a bronzed look. So I'm not gonna apply bronzer today, and I'm just gonna stick with this blush because it's already giving me a nice blushy / bronze effect. Also, just to let you know, some of the products that I'm using might be discontinued, but most of them are available. Like this next powder, for example, it has been discontinued, but you can find a different shade in the same formula. So this is the brightening finishing powder, and I have it in brightening nudes. You can get nude in this powder, but not the brightening nude anymore because it's been discontinued. This is what it looks like. It looks, when you look at it, it's like scary, like, oh, wait a second, is this a powder? Yes, it is. Once you swirl it all together, you actually get really nice, soft, luminous powder effect. So this is really good for who doesn't want a super matte skin when it comes to powders. So this is literally just a perfecting, very soft powder. I'm gonna take a Real Technique super fluffy brush. Literally, I'm gonna swirl my brush all around it, get rid of the excess, and just dab it on top of my skin. Look at that. Not matte, still keep the glow. Awesome. I used to use just like a smaller brush to reach my under eye area, just for precision, and then like a bigger brush to do the rest of my face. But these days, I've just been really enjoying a really fluffy, huge brush and just like swirl it around my face. Not like moving it around, just literally dab it on top of my skin. And I'm just loving it, even like around my eye area, like, love it. Next, I do want to accentuate a little bit this blush, even though you think, what? Yes, I really love blush. So I'm gonna go with a mini shimmer break. This is in rose, and this is what it looks like. I take a denser brush and like sort of swirl around all the shade again and dab it on top of my skin. So like that, I'm giving myself more blush and also more luminosity. And these shimmer breaks, they're really nice. And again, don't judge me. I'm all about that 80s brow cheek blush. I just love it. Look at that. The next product I'm going to use is highlighter, and this is the Golden Hour Luxe Illuminating Powder. This is another discontinued product from Bobbi, but you can find something similar for sure in the Bobbi line. How gorgeous. Oh my god. This is beautiful. This is just like my sort of shade. Look at that. Look at that glow. How pleasant. And for my eyes, I'm going to use one of the newest Bobbi Brown eyeshadow palettes. This is the Stroke of Luck eye palette. This was released for the Chinese New Year, so very recent, and the colors just called my name. Look at this color story. How beautiful. With a fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into the lightest shade and kind of highlight my whole brow bone area. I'm going to use this beautiful, like, it's burgundy, very dark, red, beautiful. I love this sort of colors. I'm going to go with my finger right away. And I'm going to tap it on top of my eyelids, like that. Beautiful. I can't stop saying beautiful. Now I'm going to go back with this fluffier brush and dip into this nice sort of pink. It looks like a pig pink. Just the crease. I'm gonna sort of give some color over there and sort of merge together that beautiful red I've just used and pink just in the crease. Now with a smaller brush, I'm gonna dip into the same pig pink. Sorry, I keep calling it that. And do it my lower lash line. Now with a very thin brush, I'm gonna take again this very dark, beautiful red that I've used on top of my eyelid. I'm gonna do this time very, very close to my lash line on the bottom lid. And at the same time, I'm sort of smoking it out to make it blend in with the previous shade. With the lighter shade I used on my brow bone, I'm going to use a little bit in my inner corner just to brighten my eye look. And my eye look is complete. This palette is gorgeous. I can't get enough. I've been wearing this for some time now and, well, look at my eyes. The drama is real. Nice. Now I'm going in with the Smoky Eye Mascara. I only have a little tester of this, but this is very good. It makes your lashes so dark. For my lips, I'm gonna use a lip tint from Bobbi Brown. This is the Extra Lip Tint in Bare Raspberry. And I decided to use this particular color because I want to keep in theme with this red, beautiful moment. And you'll see this is such a gorgeous lip tint that has just a very little amount of tint, but still, look how gorgeous. I wish I had a different top now. This yellow is a little bit, but yeah. And to finish the look, I am just going to use the Bobbi Brown Primer Plus Hydrating 3-in-1 Setting Spray. The beautiful thing about this setting spray is that you can use it as a primer before your makeup application. You can use it as a hydrating spray throughout, like done on your foundation. You can spray it one more time, restore hydration if you're using a mattifying or whatever. And you can also set your makeup with this spray. This is the end of the video. We are here for the Intensive Skin Serum Foundation by Bobbi Brown. It's beautiful. It's everything you need if your skin feels dehydrated and needs some love and needs some restoring. This is the foundation for you. Or if you just want a very natural, serum-y, lightweight, doesn't sit into fine lines sort of foundation, this is also really good for you. And of course, all the other Bobbi Brown products and this eyeshadow palette, I mean, look at that. It's just beautiful. That's it for this video today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, also give it a thumbs up as well, because why not? Let's spread the love. And let me know in the comments down below if you ever use this foundation, if you use any of these Bobbi Brown products, and what do you think? And also subscribe here to my YouTube if you want, and also follow me on my Instagram page. You can find me there at Glamstract as well. Thank you very much for watching once again, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.